one of the many coaching changes around the Lone Star State, happened way out west up in the Panhandle. And we are joined by the once and future coach of the Amarillo River Road Wildcats, is Coach Bryan Welps. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing this morning?
Doing excellent. Congratulations on the new gig, I guess, because this is a return. Normally, when we do these types of interviews with new coaches, it's how are you getting accustomed to it? For you, it's kind of like, did you remember the key code?
Yes, sir. It's kind of like that, and there's a lot of those kids. I remember going back up there to a lot of people. So yes, sir. It's kind of been a homecoming deal.
What led to this decision? Why the decision to leave Brownfield and come back to River Road? I know you've got great ties there in the Amarillo area, but what about this particular move was so appealing to you?
Well, the move was very appealing to me and my family at this point, in conjunction with some things. River Road was always a special place to me. We did some great things when we were there. They got a great administration there. They talked to me, and they made it such a great thing to come back, and the people there, and it was really appealing to me and my family when we talked about this and putting this together. But it was kind of a little homecoming deal, and it was well well received and things, and it was just something at this point in the juncture that I thought I needed to do.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the reception. I mean, you are now the guy who you're the prodigal son. You're the coach who was there, led him to some success, went off to Brownfield, and now come back. What has the reaction been? What have you been hearing from the community out there?
It's nothing but a great acceptance coming back. The day that I came in, and it was just nothing but an acceptance of a bunch of alumni and players that I coached back then, and some of the administration, faculty. It's been really a homecoming to my welcoming me and my family back into the district. It's been really exciting talking to people again, and then this excitement of what they're trying to do up there was really a fun process.
We're talking with Bryan Welps, the new head coach of the River Road Wildcats here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at #DCTF Live. And, Coach, I want to talk a lot about what you're stepping into here at River Road, but I want to talk about one guy you're leaving back there at Brownfield. A lot of coaches wouldn't want to leave a guy like Jaylen Nelson in his senior, or Jaylen Nolan, rather, in his senior year, a terrific quarterback out there at Brownfield. I just want to ask you, as the guy who got to see him grow and change, what can you tell us about that outstanding quarterback?
Jaylen Nolan's a phenomenal athlete. I've had him since he's been in, I guess, 6th grade here, and he's grown up with us on the sidelines then, and then, he ended up playing for us, and he's had a great career. I know that he's going to be well taken care of. The guys that's still here, he's got a great career ahead of him. The sky's the limit. I'm going to be, rooting for him and everything that he does. And, he's got all these offers and things, and he's going to make somebody a great player. And he's going to be a kid I do miss, and the things that we did together for those years.
When you look at this Wildcats team, this River Road team you're inheriting, this is not a team long on experience. If you're a guy who looks at the returning starters, this is not going to wow you. Just one starter back on offense, 4 back on defense. How do you overcome that maybe inexperience gap when you're going up against what's really solid top to bottom district?
Well, we've got 30 juniors, program will come in to be seniors next year. So we got some experience there. The guys that have played and been in there, they may not have been starters on paper. But we have a good group of kids, a core to start with. They're hardworking kids, and I really feel like they're going to be, the physicality and the thing of the program is going to be just fine. We just got to get in there, put the kid in the right position. But I think we can be competitive there year in and year out.
And it seems like to me the strength of this team for River Road in the 2017 season looks like it's going to be in the trenches. Looks like the front 7 defensively with guys like Caleb Smith and Braden Pond. and then on the offensive line, guy like Zach Flick rather. What do you think of what you've got coming up in the trenches on the offensive and defensive lines?
Well, I think I think when you look at a football team, that's where you build first. You have to be strong in there, and I feel like when I was there at River Road, we always were real strong in offense and defensive lines. If we can play in there, we can build around it. You have to have those kids that can do those things, and we can build around it. I think we can be able to run the football up there and be able to do some things. And I think defensively, we're going to be able to play really well, sir.
And then I want to ask you, Coach, about your district. You're stepping into a district with a lot of pedigree. River Road's had some success, but you're going to have to go up against teams that have been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Teams like Shallow Water, even after a difficult year last year, they're not going to be down for long. Muleshoe, of course, very good as well. Teams like Littlefield as well, Friona and Slayton. When you look at your district, when you look at District 1, 3A Division 1, what are you seeing maybe from the outset?
What I'm looking is, I've been in that district for so many years. I've played those guys down here, and then, I was up there with them when I was playing in River Road. And, those guys are good. They're good from top to bottom. I mean, Littlefield, Muleshoe. I mean, those guys got great coaches, got great things going on, but I think that we're going to be able to match up, and, we're going to be competitive with them. And, Shallow Water and Coach Wood now just got over there. There's going to be a program, and you're right there. They're going to be back up and on the rise, and but I think that's what type of district you want to play in each and every. That's what Texas football is about. It's a good district. I think Friona will be another good team in there, and I think you get your program established and get things going, and you can play with anybody, on any given night. And that's, I think that's what we can do there. And we've got a lot of experience and kids and do that up front. And, I think that, we'll be able to compete.
He is Bryan Welps. He is the new head coach of the Amarillo River Road Wildcats. Follow him on Twitter at Bryan with a Y, Welps, Welps. Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on the new gig, and best of luck down the road.
Hey, thank you, sir. And I appreciate all the support y'all do for Texas high school football.
Absolutely. There he goes, Bryan Welps.